Parenthood is challenging enough as it is, and getting organized sounds easier said than done. Now, combine these two together, and it's truly a balancing act that many of us struggle with day in, day out. If you're here, it's because you want to know how to get your life and home more organized and structured where the kids are involved too, so that parent life is a little easier and you can focus on what truly matters. Hey there, I'm Dianne 𝘠𝘠𝘮𝑒, owner and founder of One Tidy Place. I created this podcast because I know parents have their hands full. I know this because I have 3 kids of my own. Each week, we'll talk about all things organizing, teaching kids life skills, and contributing to the home, being on the same page with your partner, and raising your kids together while you tidy up, go out for a walk, or just need some real talk. I'm here for you. Thank you for tuning in. Are you ready? Let's do this. Hey, before we start, have you grabbed my cheat sheet yet on how to decrease laundry overwhelm? Find out the strategies that other people are using, families with 3 or more kids. So head to DianneHimenez.com/laundry overwhelm, all one word, and find out which strategy works best for you and your family to help decrease laundry overwhelm. Hey, welcome back. Dianne here on the Parenting Guide, Organizing Habits Made Easy podcast. And today's episode is a special one. Well, actually, the next couple of episodes are going to be special ones because I'll be interviewing my kids and getting their insight and their opinion on this tool that we use to get them to help out at home so that everyone is contributing. They're learning life lessons along the way and getting more and more independent so that all of this will help them well into adulthood. And just so you know, my kids have never been interviewed before formally, and it's them answering. There is not much coaching on my part. So this episode that I have today is with my daughter. I interviewed her a while ago. I'd say back in June. It's crazy how the summer went by so fast. And right now, it's already August. So in these episodes, you'll get to hear their opinions about the chore chart or activity chart that we use at home, as well as their opinion on chores in general. So if you've ever thought of, hey, what does my kid think about them? Or how do they really feel when they do chores? Maybe these interviews will give you a little glimpse of their true feelings. So I hope you enjoy this episode and the ones coming up. I'm excited to find out what you think of it and maybe even encourage you to ask your own questions with your kids and see where they stand in regards to chores, why chores are important, and how do they really feel about them. Also, just a little warning, the audio might be a little wonky sometimes because I had to adjust it so that you can hear their responses a lot more clearer and louder. So I apologize for that in advance, but I hope you do enjoy this episode and get some insight and some takeaways from it. All right, here we go. Are you ready?
Yeah.
So today we're going to interview Kehlani. She's my daughter. So you want to say hi to everyone?
Hi.
How old are you, Kehlani?
10.
You're 10 years old and you're going to be 11 when?
September.
All right, cool. So do you know why I'm interviewing you today?
No.
It's to talk about the chores and the things that we do at home and the chore chart. So are you ready to answer the questions that I have for you?
Yeah.
Okay, nobody sees it when you shake your head up and down. You actually have to answer. So okay.
Yeah.
Are you nervous?
Yes.
Good thing we're not in front of a camera or in front of a live audience, right?
Yeah.
All right. Before we even start, don't forget that when I ask you these questions, don't talk to your brothers about it. Okay, because I want them to have their own opinions and their own ideas and their own answers. Okay, so don't say anything.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're going to go with question number 1. Do you mind doing the chores around the house?
Well, depends what type of chores they are. If they're like simple chores, dusting or like wiping tables, sure. But if they're like cleaning toilets and sweeping stairs and mopping, not really.
So how do you balance chores around the house? How do you do that?
What do you mean?
Meaning the rest of your day. So you wake up in the morning, you change your clothes, you make your bed, and then you make breakfast. And then there's, now that we're in summertime, there's swim team and swimming lessons, and then you come home, and then you want to do other things. But then there's chores that have to be done, right? So how do you balance your day and all the activities that's going on during the day with chores? Where do you and how do you plug it in?
When I wake up in the morning, it's just natural for me to go to the bathroom and do stuff I need to do in the bathroom. But how like I squeeze in chores, it's mainly by you or Bob saying you have to do this, or just looking on the chore chart, seeing what needs to be done.
And how do you feel about having to do chores throughout your day?
Well, chores, 𝘰𝘮𝘮𝘬𝘮, Kenzo or I, we don't like it, but it has to be done. If not, we can get minus points on a chart.
Okay, and you guys do chores, why though? What do you think the reasons why we do chores?
Well, I think we do chores is because our house, it can get really dirty at some points. Mm-hmm. Especially in the coffee table.
Oh, in the living room.
Yeah, in the basement too.
I don't know about the basement because I don't spend a lot of time there. You guys do. So you know it's dirty, right?
Yeah, but normally when we're in the basement, you always say when we finish like playing down there, you say make sure everything is cleaned up. I also got a habit of doing because 𝘠𝘮𝘮, our uncle, he says make sure the basement is clean.
Good. So speaking of chores and your brothers, how do you guys balance it out between the three of you?
Well, it's whatever's on the list. Like, we just see what's on the list. We say, I'm doing this, you do that, and that's that.
You mentioned the favorite ones that you do. Is there something that you tend to do more of a chore than another type?
Yeah. It's very, very rare that we clean the bathroom, but it gets done eventually. The thing we do most is dusting, sweeping stairs, or taking out garbage.
So let's talk about initiative. You know what initiative means?
No.
It means doing something out of your own thought and motivation to do it. Meaning that you're starting it, not by someone else telling you to do it. Okay?
Okay.
Is there something that you like to do without anybody telling you to do it?
I don't mind dusting. What I really like to do is like moving papers from tables and putting them on other tables.
Is that really cleaning things, or is that something else?
I normally put the papers where there's more papers.
Okay, and then
after I clean those papers.
By how do you do that?
So, like, if there's a table with a bunch of stuff on it, I would normally start with the stuff there's most of, which is mostly, like, books.
Okay.
You know? So, I would stack all the books, put them in a corner in case people are still using it, like a corner of the table. Mm-hmm. And then after, I would just do the rest of the table. In
what sense? Like, you'd put them... What would you do with the stuff on the table?
Like, if there's, like, electronics, like a tablet or a phone there, I would put, like... Because we don't have phones, you do. So, it's either yours or Bob's. So, we would put the phone in your room, and we would put the tablets in different rooms because we have... The tablet cover has colors on them, so we know which one's which with the cover.
So, you put things where they're supposed to go?
Yeah.
Yes. What do you think about that? When you're trying to put something away or you're trying to tidy up a space or a room, how do you... She's yawning right now and she's trying to cover it. That's okay. If it doesn't have a home, what do you do with that? Yeah,
if something doesn't have a home, I would just ask. If they don't know, I would ask somebody else. If they don't know, I just leave it on the table.
Who do you ask and they don't know? And who do you ask a second person
so first,
they don't know?
My go-to person to ask something is you.
Okay.
But then next is 𝘰. And if you two don't know, just leave it on the table.
What's something that I wouldn't know or that 𝘰 wouldn't know?
I don't know. Normally I ask Kenzo, but...
Okay, and he has the answers?
I just normally ask the person who's closest.
Okay. Do you find it easy to tidy a room?
No.
Why is that? What's the big obstacle?
The big obstacle is probably the corners of the room. And in my room, I have like a little like area in my room that's in the wall. Mm-hmm. So there's like a carved out area. In that place, it can get really dirty.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you find it difficult to tidy up a room?
Yes.
But what makes it difficult?
The drawers and the corners.
Why? What? Can you specify? Or could you be like...
the drawers, because Well, I've never really cleaned up at any other room except for my room. So, my drawers are, like, dirty. Because, Mom, you taught me to put the shirts in color coordinate order. I don't know what that means. So, and in the top of my drawer is just very, like, dirty.
Messy?
Yes. And in the corner of my room, I have a pink bean bag, and there's a lot of stuff that's around it, under it. I just find it really hard to clean that for some reason.
All right. Next question. What would be a good solution to lower the challenges of cleaning and tidying up?
Don't put anything there.
Don't put anything there?
Yeah, because, on the side of my bed, there's, like, 4 drawers. After 2 cubbies, I put nothing in the cubbies for, like, the longest time. And I put everything in my drawer. It looks nice because, like, you don't see what's inside the drawer until you open it. And, yeah, so I just put nothing in the cubbies, but I just put my book there and my mouse is there.
So, for you find it easier to tidy up something when there's nothing there to begin with?
Yeah.
So what do you think of your bedroom with all the little things that are there? What do you think we should do with all those things?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure? Wouldn't it be easier if there was less things to take care of?
Yes.
But you like a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So what's the solution? You like a lot of stuff, but you don't like cleaning when there's a lot of things there.
I have one big drawer for all my stuff.
One big drawer. You don't have one big drawer. You have several drawers.
Yeah, but they're big. And, I tried to keep my, like, fidget tools in a box, and I have been doing that for a long time.
All right, so let's continue on. If you were a parent and you're in my position, what would you do?
I would say clean it up, like, multiple times. If they don't clean it up a long time, I would just throw it out.
You just throw it out?
Yep, I would just throw the thing out. Like, one time Baba said, if you don't clean up the Lego, I'm throwing all of it out.
And you believe them?
Yep.
Interesting.
It was scary.
Okay. So that's what you do. If you had children and you'd repeat, and they wouldn't listen to you, you'd just get rid of it yourself?
Yep.
And if we actually did that, do you think that would work for you guys?
Like, if I was the adult, I would say, like, clean it up a long time. For, like, until Kenzo was, like, in high school, finishing high school.
Okay.
If, for example, the same piece of, like, pile of Lego was in the middle of the basement for a long time, like, for, like, a week, you'd probably throw it out. Or you would tell us to do it, or else you would throw it out. So, yeah. If I was the adult, I would do the same thing. Follow your footsteps. And that's also why people say, if you want something done, you gotta do it yourself, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. All right. What's it like to be, you're between 2 boys, right? You're the second child. So what does it feel like to be the second child?
Well, it can be hard and easy at sometimes. Oh, yeah? Hard because you feel like you're getting, like, the bits and pieces and, like, the scraps of the things the older and younger sibling gets. For me, well, I think the younger sibling gets all of it, and I think the older sibling is just in the middle. I feel like I get the little stuff. I also think it's easy because, like, I'm the only girl kid, so, like, the boys have their things and I have my thing, but I have very little thing compared to both of them, and, like, they're the people who need more help with their things because, like, I'm easy to take care of.
You guys are each easy to take care of in your own way, but together you're still easy. So you feel like you get the scraps? Really think about the things that you get compared to the boys.
I feel like we get a lot of things because I feel like we all get things, but if all 3 of us were getting, like, Lego sets, for example, Kai would probably get one that's, like, a medium size. Kenzo would probably get the biggest one because one time he said, I'm saving up because my birthday is in January and it was December and I don't want this Lego thing to, like, go away and everybody buying it. And it's been in the store for, like, already 3 months and nobody has bought it. And he was like, I don't want it to go away. So he just bought it in the first place.
So they got the bigger Lego pieces.
Like, they would get the more stuff, but there would always be a consequence to that. Like, Kenzo wasn't allowed opening that Lego thing until his birthday.
True. So going back to tidying up and the chores around the house, okay, how do you feel when the others don't help out?
I feel very annoyed. I feel, like, come on, I've been doing this all day, and why don't you help out for just like 5 seconds? That's what I feel.
Do you help one brother more than the other? Like when there's chores that need to be done, or if there's tidying up, let's say we all have to tidy up a room. Do you help one brother out more than the other?
No.
You don't?
Nope.
Okay. So where would doing chores rank? If 10 would be like your favorite thing and 0 would be like, blech.
It would rank, 4, 3.
Which one is it? 4?
4.
All right. Next question. You ready?
Yes.
Do you think money would motivate you to do things around the house?
Depends how much.
What? What do you mean?
Well, if you're gonna give me, like, $5 to sweep upstairs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. So basically you're saying you'd like to have an allowance in order to do things around the house.
Well, not an allowance to do stuff, just like an allowance in general.
Okay. But the question was, if we paid you to do chores, would you be more motivated to do it?
Well, I mean, if I was paid to do chores, probably, yeah. Sometimes Baba says, if you finish this, you gotta go on your electronics, and just for some reason makes us more like, come on, we gotta do this so we can do this.
Okay. It's 2 things now you're saying. You're saying that if there's a motivation to go on electronics, you'll do the chores. But then there's also, if there's money involved, you'll also do chores.
I'll do chores either way.
Either or?
Yep.
As long as there's like an incentive, or?
I would do it. I would do chores, like, it doesn't matter if I'm getting something or not.
Okay. But if there was money, like the question is, do you think money would motivate you to do more things in the house or to do things in the house?
Yeah.
So after turning off the mic for a bit, just to get a little more clarification with my daughter in regards to the word motivation, I kind of got the understanding that she wasn't understanding the question because of the word motivation. So that's why my next questions, I repeat them, but using a different word. All right, Kehlani, now that we got all of that cleared up, do you think money would encourage you to do things in the house?
Yes.
Okay, what would you think is a reasonable amount to get if you're doing whatever chore? So folding or sweeping or doing laundry or emptying the dishwasher. What do you think is a good amount to get? Maybe not the same amount for each individual chore, but it could be different amounts.
$5 to $10.
$5 to $10 every time, or like once a week or once a month? What are you talking about?
$5 to $10 a week.
$5 to $10 a week for doing all the chores?
For all the chores, maybe like $15. But if it's for like only one chore, and because we clean the bathroom at least once a week, maybe that for like $5 to $10.
Okay, very interesting. All right, let's move on to the next question. When you become an adult and you have your own place, do you think the stuff that you're learning here at home and the way we do things at home, do you think that's going to be helpful to you?
Yeah, because I feel like if like I do it now, it's kind of going to stick to me until I get older.
And do you think it's important to maintain your home and to keep it clean?
Yes.
Okay.
But it's hard to do that sometimes.
Yeah, why is that?
Because sometimes you just don't want to do chores.
You'd rather do something else, but I think that's everybody. I think that's a human thing, not just a Kehlani thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that leads me to my next question, which is, why do you think it's important to maintain your home when you're older?
Because, like, when you're older, you say it's harder to, like, make habits.
Okay.
And stuff. And chores is a habit.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, if you don't get that habit when you're young, it's going to be harder when you're older.
Very true. Good. But you know why we have to do chores, right?
So the house doesn't look like a pig barn.
A pigsty?
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of doing chores or not feeling to do chores, do you feel encouraged to like get the house clean faster and a lot better when the friends come over?
Yes.
Okay, random question. Who's the messiest out of all 3 of you?
Kenzo.
Really?
Actually, me. My desk downstairs is the messiest out of all of them. It's mostly because of the paintings, but like, you know, if it's like besides that and like in general, Kenzo.
Oh, yeah?
My opinion.
How come?
Don't tell him.
Well, he's going to find out when he listens to this podcast. All right. Thank you so much, Kehlani, for taking the time to get interviewed by me and being the first one to get interviewed.
I'm the second, but what first?
No, I mean about my children. Okay. This is the first time that we're doing this. And we didn't really know what to expect, but it's very interesting to hear your perspective in regards to the chores. All right. Thank you, Kehlani, for your time.
Bye. Thank you.
She's such a cutie, but I'm biased. So before I sign off here, I just wanted to highlight a couple of things because I'm doing the closing or the exiting of this episode after the interview, and after editing and listening to my daughter speak about chores and what her thoughts are about it, her real true thoughts, I'm really not surprised. You know, we all don't like to do chores. Most of us don't, I don't think, and we'd rather be doing something else, right? But I love that she's getting it and she's understanding that it's important for them, for her, to be on top of these things, to have a tidy home so that, you know, it's not always messy. And I'm liking that she's also seeing it's a lot easier to tidy her room when there's not a lot of things on the dressers and on the surfaces. So I'm curious to see what your kids feel and what they think about chores and what their observations are. And then from this point on, I guess with my daughter, we'll be working on reducing the amount of things on her desk and in her room, just so that cleaning and tidying is so much quicker and easier for her so that she has more time to do the things she really wants to do, right? So thank you so much for listening today. I hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget to tune in to the next episode where I'll be interviewing my next kid. So it's either going to be my oldest one or my youngest one. I'm not sure yet, but I hope that you listen in. All right. Have a great and wonderful week. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.